It was the pinnacle of human engineering, a supersonic icon that bridged the Atlantic in hours. But on July 25, 2000, the dream fell from the sky. Air France Flight 4590 prepared for departure from Paris, Charles de Gaulle. On board were 100 passengers, bound for New York. A minor delay held the flight on the ground for an hour, a sliding doors moment that would change history. 5 minutes earlier, a Continental Airlines DC-10 had taken off from the same runway. It left behind a small, invisible piece of metal. A titanium wear strip, improperly installed, sat waiting, a lethal catalyst in a chain of failures. At 4:42 p.m., the Concorde began its takeoff roll. At 175 knots, the number 2 wheel struck the metal. The tire disintegrated instantly. A massive chunk of rubber slammed into the wing, sending a pressure wave through the fuel tank. Fuel gushed from the wing. It ignited instantly, trailing a massive plume of fire behind the supersonic jet. "Concorde 4590, you have flames!" The controller's voice cut through the cockpit, but the plane was already past its decision speed. Captain Christian Marty fought for control, but the landing gear would not retract, and the drag was too much. In its final moments, the burning jet narrowly missed a taxiing 747 carrying the French president. The tragedy was seconds away. Just 90 seconds after takeoff, Flight 4590 stalled and crashed into a hotel in Gonesse. 113 lives were lost. The Hotelissimo was destroyed. Among the dead were guests and staff on the ground. A peaceful afternoon turned to chaos. The world watched in shock. For the first time in 30 years, the invincible Concorde had failed. The search for answers began. Investigators meticulously mapped the debris. Every fragment, from the engines to the cockpit, told part of the story. The smoking gun was a 17-inch piece of titanium. It shouldn't have been there, and it should have been made of stainless steel. A decade-long legal battle ensued. Continental Airlines was accused of gross negligence in the fabrication of that strip. But rumors persisted. Was there more to the story? A missing spacer in the landing gear raised questions about Air France's own maintenance. The technical cause was a hydrodynamic ram effect. The rubber impact created a pressure wave that burst the fuel tank from the inside out. The engines ingested debris and fire, losing power when it was needed most. The Concorde was flying on borrowed time. The fleet was modified with Kevlar liners and new tires. It returned to the skies, but the world had changed. The return to service coincided with a global downturn in aviation after 9/11. The financial cost of supersonic flight was no longer sustainable. In May 2003, Air France announced the retirement of the fleet. The fastest plane in the world was becoming a museum piece. The final flights were a bittersweet farewell. A generation that had looked to the stars for speed was moving back to the ground. Today, a quiet memorial stands in Gonesse, a tribute to the 113 lives lost and a silent reminder of a dream that fell. The crash of Flight 4590 wasn't just an accident. It was the moment the supersonic era came to an end. Investigators reconstructed every second, a chain of failures that proved even the most advanced machines have a breaking point. Beyond the technicalities was the human cost, families forever changed by a 90-second flight. Captain Christian Marty, an athlete and a pilot, did everything he could to save his crew and his passengers. His final struggle remains a testament to human courage. Gone, but never forgotten. The supersonic dream remains a part of our history.